ka Shnong Kongthong ka bajtep kum ka than ka ban khot pat parta lengba ka sur jurwa yaube pan khot pan parta yanu kat kum yala ka jong ka larti ne ka thmai ka jong ki nong chong shnong kala shaji nakam da pakanyo ya ka khusnam best tourism village na ka world tourism organization ya ka ba la panpana ya ka ta ka ministry of tourism kajing shaji jong ka Shnong Kongthong bakandon ha ka Thup jong ka United World Tourism kalong ringkat pat ki atli ki Shnong ka pamcha pali jong ka Telangana pat ka latpura khas ka badona po Madhya Pradesh haba phai sha ka Shnong Kongthong kajing la ka jong ka bandrung chakani ka Thup kadai kajing trechitom udkhot jong ka Rajya Sabha u Professor Rakesh Sinha habakran hakajing lang nakaliang u Professor Sinha ulong bahadin ba ulalap pat shami kijing duna kala pension jing mut bhai u tadado bondo ya selok bat ka Kongthong Tourism Society banyo banra sndon ya kamat ka ban kren ne ban pinpau hapo kaying dorba jong ka Rajya Sabha hakani kijing lang laidon lang UMLA ka sora uba government lem pat MEC badayar tad u CM ka KHADC uba Tito Starwell Khan lem bat ki kre nong sanchar jong ka khala Shnong
One message.
We have the mission for cleanliness of villages. Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, is much more concerned for cleanliness and Swachhta Abhiyan. Therefore, we constructed 10 toilets for people's use and also tourists. I think this would help the village to keep clean, and also in future we will increase the number of toilets if required. I will speak in Khasi. Whatever have been done, whatever would be done, can be summarized in 4 lines. Kongthong ka Ri Khasi Shnong Jong Kongthong ka long kaba paunam barho kiwai ka parthi ki bearing killing sawdong ka parthai bat kiwa naka ri Jong kakwa wan sa ne Kongthong kan sedei kasnong kaban parbha. One more thing I promise, and on behalf of Divya Rathore ji Sispa Talli Lau donate Shnong Chhatri 100 Chhatris you donate. By next week you will get 100 Chhatri. Means every child in this village will get 1 Chhatri. Kiva Kamai Sanvar Sibnoi. So 5,000 rupees per month income should be of every household by next 6 to 8 months. You know, when I adopted this village, it is not for any other purpose. The only motive is that each and every inch of this land is Bharat Mata. Each and every child, man and woman, is sons and daughter of Bharat Mata. Kongthong may be at the border of India. 3 years ago, Kongthong was not known to the people of Meghalaya. political leadership, administration. Now Kongthong is known not only Meghalaya, India, but entire world. People all over the world looking at you. They want to come Kongthong. So Kongthong is emerging as cultural capital of Meghalaya. Political capital is Shillong and cultural capital is Kongthong. You will not be surprised. In future, great film stars and actresses would come Kongthong for shooting of films. So our ambition is sky is the limit. Kongthong should emerge in the country as an ideal village, not only in terms of good buildings. People of Kongthong are part of nature. As the nature is natural, so here people are also natural. So I have three more things to say about Kongthong. Good schools, good roads, high income, this is one part. There should not be any litigation between the people. All litigations in Kongthong should end. We will make our social life exemplary to the entire world that Kongthong is free from litigations. No feud between the people. This is second one. Third is very important. You possess some characteristic, distinct characteristic, which world was unknown. Kosko village of Turkey was part of intangible cultural heritage of UNESCO, and Kongthong was not known. When I raised this issue in the Rajya Sabha in 2009, early 2019, entire house was in support of my demand. Until this date, I took the name of Kongthong in various sense, in various contexts, 9 times in the Rajya Sabha. No village of India was mentioned in House, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, since the last 20 years or 30 years, 9 times. This is the only village which has appeared 9 times, either in the form of questions or debates or speeches. So Kongthong is a household name. My connection with Kongthong is not an outsider. I may not purchase land. I don't need to purchase the land because every house is my house. Every woman is my sister. Every gent is my brother. Every elder is my father and mother. So my relationship is with Kongthong not as a member of parliament, but as a social activist, and it will end only after my death. I am now organically connected with Kongthong. Kongthong is the first word in my life. I am happy that when Kongthong came as a proposal, the best tourism village before the United Nations World Tourism Organization, I got a call from Rothel, most dynamic person, very enthusiastic, committed to the social cause, selfless service, all 24 hours working for the people. Rothel called me, the issue raised, kindly do something. I said I would do, but I had not done anything. I wanted to test myself in Kongthong. If I would have approached the minister, approached the administration,
then Kongthong would have been selected as the best tourism village, then I would have been unsatisfied. Because people might not be knowing, but I was knowing that I did something, and it was based on approach, based on networking. So I always promised I am doing, but I had not done. I wanted to test whether Kongthong is selected in own way or it needs some help. And Kongthong was selected as the best tourism village. It was proposed before the United Nations. So I thank Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who is the one Prime Minister who thinks about the remotest village, most marginalized people, and his primary concern is people. No difference of caste, religion, community, regions. We Indians are one. Development of Kongthong is development of Kahalgaon. Development of Kahalgaon is development of Kongthong. Anyone who makes a distinction on the basis of religion, caste, community, region is not a modern person. He is not a pro-people person. He is anti-people. He is anti-nation. Dividing the society is the biggest crime. Whatever religion you follow is the religion of God. Whatever tradition you follow, the tradition of people. Whatever legacy you cherish is the legacy of the history. So why should we disturb each other? The diversity is the core idea which we follow. Without diversity, India cannot survive. Idea of India is based on only two things. One, diversity. Other, contestation. There is no final truth. Not the only way. Everything is contestable. We even critically examine the religion, critically examine the tradition. That's why we develop, we evolve, we progress. That's why India is now being accepted. Indian tradition, Indian family life, Indian community life is being accepted all over the world. I am also happy that when Kongthong was declared best tourism village by the government of India, our Chief Minister Konark Sangma ji first tweeted it. I was not surprised because his link with Kongthong is emotional link, not merely as a Chief Minister. Whenever he comes to Delhi, he speaks about Kongthong. Whenever he meets me, he discusses Kongthong. And whenever I go with any proposal, he happily accepts. So I really, on behalf of you and myself, is very obliged to the Chief Minister. You know, when Kongthong was declared best tourism village, our finance minister, Union Finance Minister, respected Nirmala Sitharaman ji tweeted. More than dozens of cabinet ministers of Modi ji government tweeted about the Kongthong. So Union Minister of India wants to know what is Kongthong, what is your characteristics. So we have to do something so that their expectations, we should be more than their expectations. The construction of road, inner road, and approach road between Shillong and Kongthong should be one of the best roads in India. So I am going to meet Chief Minister, ministers and also central ministers, and myself is active. Our honorable MLAs is very active. We all together create situation that roads should be well developed. We will not depend on government. We will make one of the best school buildings in Meghalaya, in Shillong. If any child comes from Shillong, he or she should ask their parents, his parents, why not I am admitted to such a good school? So school buildings would be one of the best buildings in Meghalaya. That I promise. And when I promise, I start working. I started working. I started begging from the people. for our school. This is my school. Second objective is when I sent two scholars. These scholars were IITian Delhi. They are product of IIT. They did their management in outside India. They are well accepted scholars. They came here to survey the health facilities. They are going to give me report. Prime Minister Modi ji has concern about the health of the people. And recently in Man Ki Baat, he emphasized this aspect. So we are going to start a clinic from here. Even if doctor is not here, a patient would be examined by the trained medical worker, and doctor would advise from Shillong. So virtual clinics would be started in Shillong. Still, I hope that our honorable MLA, that he would go Shillong, not with a demand, to press the government to have one doctor in this village. At least 4 days in a week, he should come and provide medical facilities to the people. But definitely the health sub-center would be developed in such a way that villagers from other part would come here for medical examination, medical treatment. It is basically I consider the mother of nature is in Kongthong. So this characteristic of whistling should have a lab in Kongthong. Lab should not be in Delhi. Lab should not be in Shillong. In Kongthong, that lab cum museum should have possession of the sounds of different voices and sound. And cultural heritage of Kongthong and nearby villages. There are 12 villages nearby the Kongthong. And 23 villages now claim that they are also whistling village. They are now following Kongthong. I welcome them. So that museum should be for all the visitors. They would spend half an hour to understand what is this. So history of this tradition, impact of this tradition, use of this tradition, and how this tradition perpetuated and how it can be strengthened. So that museum should be here, and a lab should be here where there's a scientific investigation, scientific knowledge, scientific vision should be traced. So museum cum lab should be opened, and I would contact the ministry of the various ministries, including tribal ministries, and also government of Meghalaya, to open a museum and a laboratory here. This would be a great thing. In that process, we would also contact in future Costco village of Turkey, which has the similar tradition. We will make a comparison between the two traditions, how they are similar, how they are different, how much they are following, how long they are tradition. I think our tradition is thousands of years old as civilization, so our tradition is. So this Kongthong will become a hub, and there will be a sustainable income of the people. There can be broom industry. There can be industry for honey. I will go to the food processing ministry. Minister is very cooperative, and I already alerted him that I would come with a demand that there should be a food processing industry in Kongthong. This means not only for Kongthong, all 12 villagers would be benefited. So there should be road connectivity in all 12 villages. Without road connectivity, there cannot be development. It takes 3 hours, 4 hours to reach one place to other place. Our brilliant children, I hope in future, a child born in Kongthong and nearby villages would top in the Union Public Service Commission examination. We have to prepare our children that our children should also be part of the Union Public Service Commission examinations. He or she should become IS and IPS. our local person should also become MLA and MP. So political empowerment and political consciousness is my fourth target. It is not for a particular political party. Creating a democratic consciousness. I am a citizen of India. I have this constitutional power. I deserve these powers. I have this duty for the motherland. So Constitution and Republic should be part of Kongthong, and Republic domain must reach in substantive form to the marginalized village and marginalized people. You are no longer marginalized people, marginalized village now. What I expect from all of you?
To our Honorable MP, Professor Rakesh Haji, for having highlighted in the Rajya Sabha the need to include the unique practice where inhabitants are being called by tunes or the Jingwa Yobe in the UNESCO list of intangible cultural heritage. It has been a really proud moment, sir, that through you, the rich culture of our indigenous people in the remotest area of Meghalaya and corner of the country has found a special mention in the Rajya Sabha. I would also like to thank you, sir, for adopting Kongthong village and for the multiple plans that you have to promote this village. And we can also see in today's program the inauguration of the public toilet and also the plan for the welcome gate are some of the initiatives taken by you to promote Kongthong village. Yes, sir, as fully said by our Honorable MDC, who is also the CM of KHADC, the people of Shnong area are really in need of road connectivity. We could see, sir, that as on date, there are still around nearly 30 villages under Shnong area which still lacks road connectivity, and all these months, as has been stated by our Honorable MDC, that since your last visit in the month of January, if I'm not mistaken, there was a demand with regard to road connectivity, and I also at a personal level as an elected representative have also written with regard to road connectivity for areas under Shnong area. But still we could see that there are still many areas that still lacks the road connectivity, and I can assure you, sir, that we have directed the PWD department to carry out the survey work, but due to the early onset of monsoons and due to the imposition of the lockdown, due to the increasing cases of COVID-19 in this present year, the PWD was unable to conduct the survey work all these months, but we have directed them that in this coming month, the month of October, they will be conducting the road survey and estimate for the roads here at Shnong area.
nalor ka bulale hakani ka Shnong ka jongi bakwa banyoi ya ka jing penyaso daki surok ya kini ki Shnong ki badan marjan jong kani ka than ka jongi syaduk mau mang mau saman seder bat warba ngalaya tu yu MP badan burom bahadin ka jing wan yu pjat hang ni bat ha ka jing kendu ka jongi bat i bat kirang ba Shnong ngila ai ka jing tho nriu banai man chua shau deputy chief minister ba pet ya ka pidul di ba ka jing dan kam jong ka ni ka surok bat na ka liang deputy chief minister ula dep ai da ka jing tho shau engineer ban pha sorbin o ya ka ni ka surok henry ka balung o ka long bahadu menta ompat sya ompala ban sorbe ka ni ka surok tengah karpat yu MP badan buram rengkat ka jigit trelang bat kirang ba Shnong jong ka ni ka than rengkat bau MLA badan buram jongi bat sobha ban pet bakani ka jing sorbe ka ni ka surok kan urlong no namar ka ka jing angnut jong upat ba bat menin ngalaya keren bat MP badan buram ngalai kuble ye i namai lale sibun ki kamang ni Shnong laong yang bangin sia kenduk mentaka sengi yang ni laong apet wat numuan teli mo pidai banuan rai so yesterday you remind me not to came here with empty hand so I have already make an announcement as I have told you last night that from my scheme, I will sanction immediately for provide solar street light for the whole of village of this Kongthong. Agabedeiru ban penkentiu shu ya kaliang jong tourism ngalada ya keren bos katri jong society ban ngaso ban ai kublai kerpang ya kani ka society namardai ka jingdan jong kani ka society kabalalong kawai nakilat lenti ba kitores kiyo banwan hakani ka Shnong ka jongi lada kiwan kitores hae kinsa so banai gublay ka society ka badan niya katay ka jakasa hangtay tanakaliang ka junga ngalaya keren bat unang panya jong kani society bangan sayarap syusyu ya kani ka society kum ka jing penitenat kum ka git bat kiwi ki jakasa bat kum ta terter kenang bakan yarap syusyu ya ki tores ki bawan hakani ka Shnong ka jongi
nakaliang ka junga hakani por ngayang kum secretary jong ka indigenous agro-tourism cooperative society but hakjo por ngade chairman jong ka Kongthong village development committee ka Shnong Kongthong ka jongi mentala palat siposnem kala don harnsan jong ka India barakat jong ka percay ngis ngo sorong yepi imei pa ngis ngo sorong yepi kilong kami kilong pa ki prashnong ki parthao ki palalong kan nuksa ka babha ya ki wepat ki prashnong prathai bat jong ka jait bendiu hi jong hi parakowi ngas ngo ba Adam day da kajing start jong kilong shwa ki man shwa ka jong i Adam day da kajing sempang ka jong ki ringkat kajing betin ba kajing alam ka jong blay ta kenat unang thau na bu ngam tharai ba ki ne ki e kin sawan jyllong kin nama kata kadao balengang kumta ka Kongthong ka jong i ka sakhi balong ka noyalam ka basngo sorong yala ka jong ka tanrai ka kolsor ba kata kade lengba ka jing don jong ka jing ruai yaube ka jing ruai yaube ka de ka pansnget ka jing ruai yaube ka de ka spong ka rong ka rup kaksia ka rupa ka bala penpu ya ka mensim ba ka donut bat ya ka nam jong ka Shnong ka jong hi barakawe kum unilam jong ka society na duk isnem aja khat a khalai teter ngile sim ya kata ka jingikle na ka bataban kentiu ya ka Shnong ka jong hi ha ka bede barka kam tourism kumta nakaliang jongi kum kinoyalam harengkat ka nyetelang jong barak kino Shnong ni ai kublei ya ka cooperative department jong ka Sokam Meghalaya ka jongi kapala betin balaya lam jangi kumno bangin saindul ban wanra ya kam sem jong ka jing telang nagam ta ka bhagamit karoi ka par hakas nong ka thau ka jongi bat ban wanra ya kita ki buit thamai ban kintiu ya ka yo ka kot da ka bangi kintiu ya ka kam jugo kai pathei ka bang ka tourism nagaleng jongan ka bagi noyalam ki para samla bagi rangba kilong kami ngai travel ba bat lengba ka jing snok tilang jong barolang halet hapdeng jong ke yang ti ke bun jong ke jinge ngilala joy bandra citrong ngi ai ku play ka tourism department jong ka Sokam Meghalaya ka para sim ya kata ka benta ban khamra citrong ya ka nam jongi bat ka thain khas nong hi barakawai na kaleng jongi habangi kren ya ka jing sisa ngi snong sorong ya ka jong ka Shnong hendang im klet ya ka para majan malpa ka biya im ka ju ka rokom im haka bede bakani ka korsor ka bangingi don hala ka jong Shnong hala ka jong kitau ki bangi rakhi haka ni ka sngi ka banta nagaleng jongi haden ba professor ka sina ula adopt ya ka Shnong ula wanra ya ki development ki ba phe bat ka banengkong ka bangi la ban penulong ka de ka public toilets ka bangi national shipotli haki santli ki jaka menta ka sngi da ka ba borom professor ka sina rengkat kajing sakhi jong MLA jongi harengkat MDC bat kini ki bakrau ki rorong ba nagamta ban penenkam mangi bat ki we bat ki bawan hapokan Shnong ka Kongthong jongi